Hello there. I'm Dr. Sandra Denton from Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm a medical doctor. And I want to thank everybody for joining our Zoom presentation today about a wonderful therapy that I feel very strongly it should be in the household of every one of us, not just my patients. I am involved in alternative medicine. In fact, I own my own practice in Anchorage, Alaska Alternative Medicine Clinic. Formerly, I was an emergency room doctor for 13 years, but have been in this field some 34 years. And in that period of time, I've seen a lot of therapies come and go, but the most important one that I feel like I've seen is the ability to help patients detox. That in our environment these days, we are surrounded by numerous toxic metals and pesticides and chemicals. And while there are many therapies out there that are beneficial, in offices, not everybody can get into a medical office. And I want to present today and let you hear from one of my dear friends about a therapy that I feel is beneficial to every single person. Her name is Mary Ann, and she represents Relax Saunas, a far infrared sauna technique. And Mary Ann, thank you for joining us today. And I would like you to begin telling those folks about our wonderful treatment.
Hi, Dr. Sandy. It's wonderful that we can record and talk about this because, as you say, the importance of this cannot be overstated, and it's been known for thousands of years that sweating is so beneficial to good health. So in and of itself, the idea of sweating is not new. And the Relax Sauna takes it to the very latest level and the greatest amount of benefit. It's difficult, even if you belong to a health club, to regularly use a sauna unless it's in your own home. So that's benefit number one. I've got a top 10 list here, an ode to Johnny Carson for those of us that are old enough to remember. And it's vital. A few things are very different about this sauna that I want people to understand, and why it's unique in the marketplace, and why this is the precise sauna you should be looking at for the best benefits from saunas and far infrared saunas. And number one, this sauna, I'm sitting in one just for effect here, it's a soft heat sauna. It does the job at a lower temperature, which is significant because some people just get way too uncomfortable. They cannot tolerate heat. And some people are medically steered away from saunas, which is sad. Heart patients, stroke, high blood pressure, but they can very well tolerate this under most circumstances. Be sure to check with your medical professional. And if they don't understand the technology, ask for someone who does. So that was number one. Number two, the Relax Sauna is the smallest, but it's the most effective sauna out there. And it is specifically designed with custom computer chips that generate virtually 100% far infrared energy. And that is important to the quality of the experience that you get. I know you had some issues with the size at first, Dr. Sandy, when you first saw this and wondered, what can such a little thing do?
Right. I saw this years ago in one of my chelation meetings, and were exhibiting the saunas as a adjunct to chelation therapy and its effectiveness at removing toxic metals. But it just, as I walked by it, it just appeared so flimsy and like, well, what can that do? But year after year, I keep seeing you at the exhibits and at these meetings, and I know that the quality of the people who are putting on the meeting would not allow someone to continue exhibiting if it didn't work. And so that got my attention, and that year after year after year, you were still there when other companies and other saunas had gone by the wayside. So yes, I am very impressed with the benefits of something so small that'll fit just about in even an apartment, and that can be portable and travel with you.
Absolutely, because a lot of people live in small apartments, townhouses, whatnot, and but this takes up here's benefit number 3 feet by 3 feet. I've got mine at home on a stair landing. It tucks in nicely there and does the job. So number 4, because of that, is totally portable, as you mentioned, movable. If you need to move it around in your house, get it out of the way because you need space, or if you want to take it with you when you travel. Traveling athletes, I think it's terrible, the conditioning that high school athletes and even younger don't get as part of their training. And I think they very much need this to help their muscles recover and for them to thrive with what they're putting their bodies through.
Absolutely.
Number 5, and I find this is very cool, so pardon the pun, but your head is outside the heat bubble. And that is so helpful to people who don't like heat. So, you will sweat plenty from your head, no worries. But people who are claustrophobic and that sort of thing, it's just a much more comfortable experience. It's one less complaint people have about doing this. And you saw me open and close the zipper. This is wonderful to get people nicely and gently acclimated to using a sauna. People who don't like heat. I'm one of the people who does, so I can't relate to that. But heat rises. So you open it, the heat dissipates, and then as you go, you can set it, close it up again, and thereby gently get yourself acclimated to being, nice and toasty warm. It really is a good feeling when you get it. Let's see, number 7. Here's a key feature. Not that any of the ones I have mentioned haven't, but it's instant on.
Oh, okay.
And the other saunas, let's say we're all so busy, pulled in a million directions. You say, oh, I got 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. I can get in the sauna. Well, if the sauna needs 20 to 30 minutes to heat up, boom, there goes your window of opportunity when you could have used the sauna. And that just, so the convenience of having it home, gentle heat, getting it easily acclimated, and that instant on feature, that makes it so much more convenient to use. So before I go on to number 8, do you want to add something?
Oh, that's a really important point, because I used to have a wooden sauna, a far infrared sauna of the best quality, but it took 30 minutes to heat up. And I can't tell you the number of times that I walked by, turned it on, fully intending to come back and get in it, and it never happened. So this is wonderful to have that quick feature. I see the little zippers on the side there. Is that where you could maybe be reading a book or something if you wanted to?
Oh, you can use these zippers for all kinds of things. You can use it as part of getting acclimated or keeping the sauna at a temperature that you can tolerate. So they're nice little vents. Yes, you can read a book. You can put a music stand out front and have your book. So, you don't want to hang in the sauna. And you can have your water here. Good hydration is vital to good health, and it's a must if you're going to use a sauna.
Excellent.
And so number 8, it's virtually maintenance free. This is the original sauna. I bought a dozen years ago. I've been involved in saunas for about a quarter century, and I found this sauna at a longevity conference in San Diego about a dozen years ago, and it was like, oh, thank you. It was like the heavens opened up. I can have my own sauna. It doesn't take much space. It's truly affordable, and because the technology makes it so, and just nothing goes wrong with them. Be careful with the zipper, hold the sides together. Don't use the zipper to pull the sides together. But other than that, there aren't too many cautions. So here, number 9, because you have your own sauna, you can use it just to warm up for 5 minutes. This is more important for many people deciding to do a sauna because, here in Minneapolis, we compete with you in Anchorage for being the refrigerator of this continent. And it's so nice to get in here for just a few minutes, those just bone-chilling days, and get warmed up. And because of the nature of far infrared, you really get toasty. You're warm for a much longer period of time than if you warmed up by a fireplace or a radiator or a space heater, because as soon as you move away from those elements, your temperature nosedives immediately. But you get out of the sauna and you're warm for a very long time. You mentioned that you've seen us at shows. One of the main reasons people come visit our booth at shows is to warm up in those freezing convention halls. And, so, being able to warm up.
A common complaint that I hear among my senior population is they're always cold. They're just freezing cold. And sometimes they even have trouble sleeping at night because they're so cold, and they're wearing flannels and socks and, several blankets. So this sounds like a wonderful way to alleviate that problem and improve the circulation at the same time.
Yeah, one of the biomarkers is aging, is the body's decreasing ability to regulate temperature. And so this can, totally, rejuvenate you in that way. You mentioned before bed. What a great thing to do before bed. And and then, of course, before and after workouts, it's critical to help your body recover and dispense with the inflammation. Every good workout has on the backside of it a good dose of inflammation. One of my favorite customers, Dwight, he bought himself a sauna for his 70th birthday.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And it was a 2-day show. He came the first day, and then he came back the second day, and he said, I had to see if it was for real. I felt so good. And I have to say, he's probably my most consistent user of the sauna. He has not missed a day in 7 years, unless he happened to be on one of his trips. But he bought the sauna for his 70th birthday instead of another horse. So he already had 12.
Okay, my goodness.
A guy that has horses has barn chores. And
Right.
He's 77 now, and he, without question, says he can still do all his barn chores by himself, doesn't hurt himself, and feels his oats.
Right.
So it is really a time machine in the aging department. And I work at UPS. I throw boxes right alongside the 20-year-olds, and I'm 65 now, but I can still do the job because of the sauna.
There are lots of studies out there that talk about longevity and the use of saunas. It does extend our lifespan, and I might say the quality of our lifespan too.
Which is probably more important than lifespan even.
I think so. And one of the reasons I was very interested in the sauna was its ability to help with pain relief. I have a lot of people with fibromyalgia and chronic Lyme disease, and they're in chronic pain. They're in constant pain. And as you know, the opioid crisis these days, we're all looking for ways to help people not go down that pathway or get off that pathway. And I feel this is definitely one of the tools that we can offer patients to set them free from that.
Oh, there's so much chronic pain, and pain is a terrible thing. It always wins. It's on your mind constantly. So no wonder people want to escape from it.
Yeah.
So number 10 of our Johnny Carson top 10, is you get great skin. You live in climates where our skin is challenged by the weather and the dry air. And it just is such a great way. Because one of the things you can do for those of us that are not skyscrapers over 6 feet tall is we can duck underneath, get a good facial at the same time. And, just make sure you don't overheat. And the sauna is safe to use. It costs pennies. When I brought it home, I didn't even notice a difference in the electric bill. And I was using it twice a day. And yes,
when people go online, they sometimes see saunas that look like this one, but they're not this one. Can you explain that and the difference and why they should be wary of, if it doesn't say relax on it, don't get it?
Because it'll end up on the dump. In the dumpster, and you will still have paid good money for it. Unfortunately, we live in a world where there's a ton of fake product, knockoff product, and unfortunately, it's not limited to purses and belts. You can buy fake medicine, and you name it. Somebody will knock it off and pass it off as real, and all the benefits that we've mentioned, they will not be present in the fakey saunas. And so do it right, and you will never look back. nobody ever wants to give up their sauna. I think when you loaned yours out after you first got it.
Yes, it didn't come back. The person left me a check and it never came back. They only used it 3 days, but they weren't bringing it back to me. That was that.
Yeah.
So, and you were telling about why this differs from some of the others. Something about the crystal, that it delivers 100% far infrared rather than 20 or 30% that some of the others deliver.
Yeah, these are very specifically designed computer chips. I think that it was a 10-year development process to get them to produce virtually 100% far infrared energy, so that you get the maximum benefit out of it. And because of computer chips, that's one of the things that makes this so inexpensive to run. And one other feature, Dr. Sandy, if
Yeah.
someone in the house gets crabby or out of sorts, that's 10 minutes in the sauna for you, sweetie.
Yeah.
And, I've seen people at shows, you put them in here, it's a great adult timeout because it gives you a chance to collect yourself. And I've seen people on the autism spectrum or people that have other challenges, and you can see the transformation as they sit in the sauna. It truly does wonderful things and just gives people a quality of life that you can't have without.
What about the age limitations? Is there an age limitation for the use of the sauna?
My 95-year-old father uses it.
Okay.
My 93-year-old mother, and they have for years. They're, always used with caution. The only real contraindication to using a sauna is being dehydrated.
Okay.
And so make sure that people are well hydrated. Drink your water, use your little two-fisted drinker holes here, and, which is something you want to do whether you use a sauna or not. Infants, I think they can sit on your lap with the sauna open. But they don't have the ability to regulate temperature, so you want to be careful. But children love the sauna, pets love the sauna. Pets often come and sit on the floor, and then when they're done, they just walk away. And
Can we put a pillow or something on the chair to lift if it's a child? Can we put a pillow or something or towels on the chair to bring them up so their head is out of the cover?
You can. It depends on the child, but I wouldn't leave children alone.
That's a good point. Sure.
Yeah. Don't leave children alone. And I worry about pillows and towels being a little tippy. So, use your common sense. Be very, very safe in the sauna, and it'll bring you great joy.
And the chair comes with the sauna, correct?
Yes, that's what everybody wants to know. There's a beautiful chair in here, and it comes with the sauna. However, if you travel, please don't take the chair with you, because you can use any chair at your destination. Most often it might be a metal folding chair. Just be very careful to cover up with towels. And you might also want to put a sheet on the bottom of the sauna, because if it's dripping, you don't want to stain the floor of the sauna. So one prerequisite for having a sauna is a huge pile of towels. And you never want to reuse one. You want to sit on one. You want to protect your chair, and you want to wrap yourself up nice in a towel. And don't get in the shower right away. Marinate for 15, 20 minutes, because the sauna will continue to do the job even after you're done.
That's good to know. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Wrap in a blanket or a towel. I can say this: Costco has wonderful towels, and they often have specials on them. Just go get a big pile of towels so you never run out.
Okay. And we were wondering about people who have joint replacements with metal, if it's safe for them to get into the sauna. It seems like it would be, but they got tissue and stuff surrounding that joint replacement. But I wonder if anybody's complained about that getting warm, particularly warm, or any discomfort in that area.
I have not heard of it. Since most people are going to be watching this on Facebook, I will post a comment below, and I will get the latest information on that and see, because the technologies of the materials that are used in replacements have also changed. And so we'll check that out and get you a good answer for that.
So some of the most common reasons I recommend a sauna is the ability of the sauna to help the body detox from toxic metals such as lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, aluminum, antimony, and that is so prevalent in our environment today. And while IV chelation, which I've been doing for the last 30-something years, is very helpful in that, not everybody can avail themselves of that treatment or get into the office for the time that it takes to remove those metals, but everybody can get a sauna and put it in their home. I recommend them doing it 3 to 5 times a week, at least, to help their body detox. It's excellent at removing chemicals and pesticides. So those are some of the reasons that I recommend people or think about giving a handout for people to use the sauna. Folks that have Lyme disease or fibromyalgia, we mentioned before, with the chronic pain, arthritis patients with chronic pain, this is just an awesome therapy. So for those that are listening and watching today, Marianne, I'd like to give them your phone number so that they can get in touch with you and find out how that they can get the sauna delivered directly to their doorstep. And that phone number is 612-916-1400. 612-916-1400. And that's in Minnesota. And that's Central Standard Time. And they're to text you first before calling, I think, is the best way to communicate.
Yeah, they should just let me know that Dr. Sandy gave me the number, and it's just easy. I'll get back to you real quickly. By all means, feel free to call. I do want to add one important point on detox, and that is different for this sauna, and it is this. Sweat from conventional exercise or conventional saunas. You're sweating, but you're not detoxing.
Oh, okay.
Studies.
I get that question a lot.
Yeah, and it does matter that it is far infrared that you get the best possible detox. And I wish I had one here, but a good natural bristle brush that you brush down your skin prior to getting into the sauna. So it's a dry brush. It cleans off all the debris off the skin and makes the detox much, much better.
I also get the question, well, why can't I just use the sauna at the gym? And my answer is, number one, if you go to the gym, we all have good intentions, but they don't always pan out. And there are generally 2 types of sauna at the gym. Very rarely will you find a far infrared sauna at the gym. But the dry sauna, I find very hard to breathe in. I can't stay in it very long. I just don't feel like it's that effective. And then the steam sauna, I tell people, well, they're using tap water for that steam. And so we're getting chlorine and fluoride, in massive quantities, more than we would in just taking a regular shower. And there are also other things in our tap water these days that, including medications and other bacteria and stuff like that. So I don't recommend that as a way of helping the body detox.
Yeah, you don't know what's swimming around in that soup at all. And a lot of people insist that water be part of a sauna. But anytime you involve water, it is a maintenance nightmare. Okay, I said this thing is practically maintenance free, and one of the reasons is we don't have water. And water always goes where you don't want it to.
Right, right.
So, and it may make your skin seem wetter, but that's not really sweat. That's not what you're really taking a sauna for. So it is this sauna that will give you the best combination of detox, of pain relief, and it'll give it to you in a very simple way that's reflected in the price, because we can buy 5 of these for one of those boxes. And this is more effective.
And this is very easy to put up and get operational. I used to consider myself mechanically challenged, and even I was able to take it out of the box from start to finish. I think it was less than 10 minutes, and I had it ready to go. So I was really impressed that I could do this.
I always offer, telephone help. If you get stuck setting it up, whatever, give me a call. I haven't heard from one person in 12 years. And it is, and that makes it quick and easy to put down. It just fits into an oversized shopping bag when you're done. which is
Yeah.
why you can put it in a suitcase, you can throw it in the back of a car and use it literally anywhere.
Great. Well, Marianne, I want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate your being available to answer questions and to educate people as to what wonderful tool that we have here available to us. So would like you to have a good day, and we'll be probably doing another call like this in the future. So thank you. Thank you.